Okay, it's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got a beer from Erdinger and it's the WeissBier, coming in at 5.3% ABV. There you go. Brewed with fine yeast, they say. There's the bottle cap. Let's get this beer open into a glass and see what we get. Nice smoking gun of an opening. Got my WeissBier glass at the ready. And you can hear it. Fizzing away to itself, trying to go out of control with the carbonation, but I'm not gonna let it. Okay, so as with all WeissBiers, mix up that yeast, get it into the glass. It's meant to be in there. Not as cloudy as you would probably expect. We're saying that it looks cloudier than it is on camera. Look at that lovely carbonation. Look at that roaring up the side of the glass. That is classic Hefeweizen. That must be making you guys watching salivate. You must be thinking, oh, I want that beer. Okay, it's a 2-finger white head. Cloudy, but I've seen cloudier Hefeweizens. I've seen them really kind of looking like banana milkshake almost. This one, not so much so. It was clear up until that last bit of yeast that went in there, and it's just kind of give it a little bit of kind of cloudiness. But I'm so pleased. I just love to look at that carbonation. That is not a forced carbonated beer. That is natural yeast at work causing that carbonation. Great stuff. Right, let's get an aroma. It smells a little bit like a Hefeweizen, to be honest. It's a little spicy, it's a little banana-y. I want a Hefeweizen for me. I want it to punch up with the aroma, that lovely big strong banana flavour. I want that to kind of come through in abundance. I want it to be kind of really kind of spicy in the aroma, but it seems to be, it's most definitely there, but you're really having to strain your kind of nostrils to get that sensation. Should be much easier. Anyway, apart from that slightly disappointing aroma, let's put it to the side and give the beer a taste. Yeah, let's carry on. Let's have a couple of tastes of this. It's not quite there. It's not there for me. This for me is what would be the mass-produced kind of British lagers. I'm not saying it's a British lager at all. What I'm trying to say is, in comparison, for the Germans, this must be like our Carlins, Carlsberg, Stellas. They can probably get it everywhere. I get a sense that it's brewed on an immense scale, and it's shipped all over the world. And for that, I think they've let that quality slip a little bit. And it's, knowing this to be a big brewery from Germany, it's the brewery, it looks like it says private brewery, since 1886. It's quite an old brewery. It's got to be, what's 100 and coming up to 125, 126 year old, maybe even older. My maths is terrible. Yeah, but I just get a sense that they were probably a lot better. I reckon when this Erdinger Weißbier was probably first brewed in 1886, I bet it was immense. It would have had to be an immense for the brewery to expand. It must have been a great beer at one stage for it to kind of grow and expand. And people talk, see, people talk about a good beer. If say for argument's sake, Magic Rock and Brewdog and some of the great London breweries at the moment, Weird Beard, and people talk on wow, that Weird Beard beer was amazing, or that Magic Rock, the High Wire Pale Ale. It's a really good beer, and it spreads in communities, and then you end up trying it yourself, and it spreads further. This is what would have happened to Erdinger back in 1886 onwards, and it's just carried on to where they probably got to the stage where they just can't keep up. They just cannot produce that quality, that same quality beer as they used to be able to do. Yeah, I've kind of worked that out after 2 sips. Let's just make sure. Yeah, it's bordering a regular premium lager, if I'm absolutely honest with you. You've got a slight hint of banana, a slight hint of spices. It's a bit malty, but other than that, there's not much to this beer at all. So, Erdinger Weißbier, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 for me, Real Ale Craft Beer. Put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers.